And welcome to my channel, Closing the Digital Divide. My name is Gloria Mullins, and I created this channel to help everyday people learn how to incorporate technology into their personal and professional lives. So again, the name of the channel is Closing the Digital Divide. And today's topic will really be about breaking down the variety of ways that we communicate, right? And so there are a number of ways that we communicate. And so one of the first ways you may recall is a standard letter, whether you write the letter, put it in the mail, put a stamp on it, or go to the post office. You can also think about receiving letters in the mail or a bill or any kind of correspondence. So that's one way that we communicate. And so we also communicate, right, in person, via telephone, sending text messages, and with the creation of the World Wide Web, the internet, we have a number of ways to communicate within the World Wide Web. And an example would be social media and instant messaging that's available through Facebook and even through Google email. There's a feature where you can send an instant message through a GChat. So the last way, but it's certainly not, um, you know, it's another way that we communicate, and that's through email, right? So we can communicate in a number of ways. We have a letter here, right? That's the most common, right? Before any of technology was created, folks just wrote letters, and we still have, you know, um, postal workers today to deliver our mail. And then another very common way, right, is the telephone. And so that's a way where you can dial someone's number and you can talk to them. And then, of course, with the creation of the World Wide Web and um, more products coming out, laptops, Chromebooks, smartphones, that just allows more ways for us to communicate and to do that in a way that is constant, right? And so, again, in this first video, just wanted to break down the variety of ways that we communicate, right? And so, through instant messaging, and even with our phones, with let's say if you have a smartphone, there's a feature with FaceTime or Google Meet where you can see the person through your device. And of course, once you know we've covered the various ways that we can communicate, what's so important in this day and age is to have an email account. And an email account allows for information to be exchanged personally and professionally. So if we think about this letter here on the screen, now in the times that we're living, you can literally open up a computer or a Chromebook or even a smartphone and compose a message or a note, and it can be delivered to a person within seconds versus writing a letter by hand or typing that letter and then printing it and mailing it and putting a stamp on that envelope. It really just boils down to how you want to communicate, and technology allows for a more rapid communication. And so, just to recap, we covered the variety of ways that historically people have communicated, and that's of course through that in-person communication, telephone, writing a letter, and with the creation of the World Wide Web, that allows for instant and rapid communication within minutes, and it allows a person to communicate faster. It doesn't always guarantee that the other person that you're sending the information will respond in a fast way, but it does allow for your correspondence to be sent in a fast manner. And so, what's truly important in this day and age is having an email account. So, regardless how you feel about technology, whether you're uncomfortable with it, which that's okay. It's no one knows it all. Every time there's a new piece of technology that comes into the market, that means that everyone has to either figure out how to use it, or you don't use it, and when you don't understand how to use something, it can really present a barrier. So what I will do in this channel is basically just show you how to utilize technology in your personal and professional life in order to get or to complete a task. And what's really important is that you start with an email account. So everything that you see on the screen, like this letter, folks in person communicating, with the creation of technology, it allows for information to be dispersed, right? It allows us to access a variety of information in a number of fields and topics, and you name it. Whether you're looking for a recipe, you want to book a ticket, you want to access a particular form from a city agency, going online will allow you the opportunity to access that information. So again, today we covered the variety of ways that we communicate, and really just want to focus on how, if you don't have an email account, it's important to get an email account, because that's a way that most people in society communicate. And certainly when you go into the workforce, or if you're in school, it's really common to know how to communicate using an email account. Okay? So thank you for joining today, and I look forward to seeing you back next time. Thank you. Have a good one.